In the southwest corner of New Mexico, there was a boy named Utando who lived among the people called Membrenos. They lived a peaceful life there and enjoyed all the crops of a fertile land. Utando's uncle was a potter who painted pictures on his pottery bowls with a yucca fiber brush. He drew pictures of the boy and all of his animal friends. There were birds and butterflies, turtles and grasshoppers from all corners of the wide valley. Utando fished for fish in the Mimbres River. There were rabbits where Utando hunted in the Mimbres Mountains, and his uncle painted them all. Now many melting suns have set in the Mimbres Valley since Utando danced there. Happily for us, we can still enjoy his adventures because the pottery made by his uncle tell us in pictures the many stories of the Membrenos. Let us pretend that one of these stories went like this. "If I had my way," said the sun one day, "I would make it so hot that no one could play." He had climbed so high, as a matter of fact, not a shadow was made where the brown earth cracked. The little boy Utando would have danced in the shade, but the air quivered so hot he no longer played. An August sun sat lazy and glum as summer suns do when they've climbed so high in the steely blue. The river had slumped and seeped underground, and a frog jumped bankside to take a look around. While Utando waited for his shadow to keep him cool, the sun only glared hotter. I am no fool. Utando watched the frog and remembered the trick of hiding summer's shadow under a brick. Utando found the brick and took his shadow black, then danced toward the sun with its golden track. A grasshopper dozed on a blade of dry grass, dreaming that the summer would never pass. When Utando danced, the hopper felt a breeze, which made him so cool he could almost sneeze. Old Turtle saw this as he sat on a rock. When he looked at the sun, he got a great shock. Utando took pity on Turtle and said, "Have some of my shadow or pull in your head." Then the boy danced higher than the flowers are high. He danced over daisies with a dragonfly. A dragonfly can wear no shadow, it is true. Wherever he flies, the sun shines through. Now a butterfly is different. As he glides through the air, his shadow will show when the sun plays fair. Then Utando led him to some smooth gray slate, where a butterfly's shadow is as flat as a plate. But no shade came on the slate, nor on the wall, where a snail crept slowly so as not to fall. The dancing boy noticed the snail's slow pace, but the snail pulled his house down over his face. Just as he hoped that the snail would stir, a hawk flew down and clutched at some fur. But then a squeak came out of the mesquite clump, where a rabbit hit the dust with a thump. But old Mr. Sun had been so very bright, both the hawk and the rabbit hurried away in fright. This so worried Utando that he felt the desert heat, so he went to a lake where he could cool his feet. Now the sun beat down with more and more pain, where Utando sat with a long-legged crane. Now before he could wink, a big bass leaped out, saying it's too hot with no shadows about. Why not loan me yours when I want to leap, so I need not wait till the sun falls asleep? But the old sun heard what the bass had said, and as he grew madder, he became a little red. And as he grew redder, he began to come down, where he grew so red they could hardly see his frown. When the red turned to fire, the clouds flared bright, for old Mr. Sun was a glaring mad sight. When the sun grew smaller and redder still, he burned the earth black and hid behind the hill. Then the little creatures began to feel cool as the old sun melted into a crimson pool. Now Utando's shadow grew long and thin. When his friends were cool, it made him grin. When the night came in its robes of black, it gathered them together and took their shadowy shadows back. The end.